question because it contains 2 or 3 parameters which is benefit for each and everyone. So the contents are introduction, system. In system, I have taken homes, existing system and industry, then power quality, then smart system, then finally I will end with the conclusion. So in introduction, what does the energy conservation means? We need to conserve energy in each and every possible way. Am I from electrical engineering? So I will start from the power management. Power management is very important issue for each and every activities. So the definition for this is to control the amount of power consumed without affecting its performance. Next one is the power optimization utilization. If you have any device, so how you're going to optimize that amount of power, it's the main. The benefits will be it's profitable. Whatever the task we are doing, it is only for the profit purpose only. So in systems, we have 3 types. First one is the homes. Second one is the existing system that we see all our day-to-day activity. And third one is the industry. In home, we have 3 types of loads. First one is light load. Next one is the motors, then electronic equipment. So how we are going to conserve energy in these 3 fields? So for this, we require first one is the maintenance. Second one is the awareness. If we have proper knowledge regarding these 2 things, then we are able to conserve the energy. So how we can do it by making it a smart equipment system. Maintenance, what does it include? It includes cleaning, replacement, and scheduling. This is the general for our home. Next one is the awareness. Awareness, why does the awareness required? Awareness required for the proper utilization or handling of any equipment. So it includes operation, handling, losses, and security camera. Here, awareness in our day-to-day activity for home purposes, one of the type is losses that occurs because of this phantom loading. Then what does this phantom loading mean? Phantom loading means if you're taking your mobile connected to your charger and just start charging, suddenly a call comes and you remove the charger from socket and just you are taking the call. But you forgot to switch off that charger. So because of that, the amount of power it takes consumes, that is nothing but your phantom loading. So even though if it is connected, it will consume some amount of power. So if we want to reduce that power, you need to switch off. So this type of some electronic equipment is called phantom loading. Like if you switch on your TV and with the remote you switch on, but if you switch off your TV with the help of remote, still power supply is there with the socket side. That one is also known as your phantom loading. Next one is the security awareness. Security awareness, if you're going for any smart equipment based system, light, camera, all the new equipments have consist of some small amount of camera. The security purpose here means if your device is connected to any Wi-Fi devices, then there may be a chance that it can hack by some other person. So they may also be secure for that. Just avoid multi types of functions that consist of camera. Next one is smart equipment. What does the smart equipment means? Smart equipment is nothing but any device which can be operated with the help of mobile, remote, or app generation based. So these are light available in our day-to-day activities are light, fan, and switch. Next one, a smart system. What does the smart system means? A system in which that consists of a smart equipment plus algorithm-based system is known as your smart system. These are sensor-based and automatic system. Now, points to remember in your day-to-day activity. First one is switch off the lights when it is not in need. That is the first and uttermost important in our day-to-day activity to conserve energy. Second one is use dimmer lights at the night time. Don't use tube lights throughout the day. You need to switch off your lights at regular interval of time. Next one is use decorative lights in the evening and at night and light music for relaxation to switch your mood. Next, in lights at regular intervals for high illumination. What does we people do generally is we buy tube lights and put it over there, and we forgot. We never clear until unless it is a time for festival or some decorative purpose only. We will go for cleaning purpose. So for my point of view, my suggestion is you need to clean your tube lights within every 15 days. Next, third one is if suppose any equipment is not performing well, at that time you need to replace or you need to go for maintenance. That will be the indication for energy conservation. Replace the tube lights when it is flickering or when one of the ends appears to be black. Next, use a smart system or equipment whenever it is possible. Whenever they say possible means, suppose you have lights, tube lights, you can switch with the sensor-based lights. I will show you one video later on. So these are the examples of smart lights that are available in your market. So this is the recent advanced one in which you will get brightness control option. If you go for reading, if you go for lighting, all those activities are there. Next one is you can change the tube color of the tube light with the help of music, with the help of app based. You can also set for a time if you're going for reading at night and you want to you don't want light after 2 hours, you can set a time and you can get relaxed and you can sleep. And also more in the recent ways, most of the youngsters are interested to purchase a laptop which has backlight. There will be light below the keyboard. That type of activities they want. In the similar fashion, they have introduced in the light that sync with your music. When you play music, the light will also change with respect to it. So these are the types of smart lights available which you can use in your home. From the single light, you can go for white light, red light, green light, whatever it may be. At decoration, like in festivals like Diwali, we go for decoration of our house. That can also done by with the help of single light. Next one, a smart fan. A smart fan, it consists of remote, some app-based as well as camera-based also. So what does it do? It consumes your power very less compared to your conventional fan. So here the calculation is given, like for normal induction, it will take 75 watt. But if you go for smart base, it will take 80 watt power consumed. Our fan nearly operates for 12 hours a day. Here also 12 hours per day. That energy consumed by the normal induction fan will be 328 units. And with the help of a smart fan, it will be around 140 units. Price per unit for 8 rupees per unit. So if you go for the calculation with the conventional way of your fan, the cost will be 2,628 rupees, whereas with the help of this smart fan, it will be 1,121 rupees. So the yearly savings will be your 1,506 rupees. So 60% of power saving will be done by the use of this smart fan. It has certain advantages. So a smart system, how can you implement in your organization will be this. I will play a short video. It's the sensor-based light. Sensors will be there in the tube lights. When the person comes in contact with the sensor, the light automatically glows. Yeah, here you can see the light automatically glows. So this is a one type of smart system based on the lights. Earlier one was the smart system based on the fan. Next one, existing scenario. In existing scenario, what does it consist of? AC source. But in future, how the scenario will be? Either it may be DC source or the combination of this AC to DC. Okay. Then why we go for existing to future scenario? What will be its benefits? First one will be its cost. Why we go for is its basic example are law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy, what does it say? Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, only it can be transferred from one form to another. But the problem is that transfer of energy is not 100%. It always reduces. If you go for stages, 100%, then next stage it will be 80%, next it will be 60, next 40. It keeps on going. So because of this, the existence comes. Here I have taken a simple example with the help of sources, your AC source, like our thermal power plant, nuclear power plant, wind farm. All this type of source are your generally AC. So how we are going to use it? First, the AC will be generated from the generating station. Then we are going to rectify it. Then we will go use for DC loads. Similarly, if you have AC load, so one more term will become between your load and rectifier will be one inverter. Between this one DC link will be there. This DC link is responsible to connect your DC load. What does DC load are? DC loads are your lights and fans, televisions, or electronic equipments are your DC load. Next, for DC source, if you have proper DC source consists of your battery to DC load, you will have some amount of converters. That here DC to DC converter will be there for DC load. Here, the losses will be very less as compared when you are using for this AC load, AC source. Here, from DC to AC source, you can also use, you require only here inverter. The rest of the things will be same. Here, this DC link is nothing but your point of common coupling at the DC load. Because of this, DC microgrid system is introduced, and it will be in your coming scenario. You will see maybe it takes around 10 to 15 years. In each and every home, you will get AC supply or DC supply. Here, what will happen if you use DC source? The controlling parameters will be reduced, and hence it can be easy to control your appliances, and hence it will saves your energy. So this is a general block diagram representation of renewable energy system. Here, why I have chosen renewable energy system means the conventional based system like solar, thermal, and nuclear, their efficiency is good, generation efficiency is good, but it produces pollutants. Because of this, we are going for renewable energy system. What does renewable energy system do? It is readily available in your nature, and from this source we harness the energy and we will transfer it to your load. So there will be no energy charcoal burning. So amount of energy will be reduced and it will produce clean energy. Hence we will go for this renewable energy based system. What does this consist of? First one is source. All renewable energy sources like PV source output is DC, but wind output source is your AC. So for this conversion, we will require DC to DC converter. Then we will go for AC load. Similarly, if you are using DC load, you need to go for this second layout diagram. Next, the main component of any power solar PV system is your battery. So here why I have selected this slide means wherever there is a battery apparatus in your home or nearby, the main function for this battery is to supply the power. So supply power, apart from this, you need to go for power management, how you're going to manage your power. So these are the algorithms present over here. These two algorithms have their own advantages. Like here, in the first one, you can see 20 to 80%. Here, 20 to 80%, you can vary your power based on this. But in the second segment, only it will calculate the power. Means whatever the power is there, just you're transferring it. But in the first section, you can schedule this like 20 to 80% is there. You can schedule 20 to 40%, 40 to 60%, 60 to 80%. For all these segments, you can allot a specific type of programs to run. Like in our mobile appliances, we have power saving options, right? In power saving options, like we can select for 60%. For 60%, if it is below 60%, the indication will be turned on that your power, your mobile will be turned to power saving mode. What does it do? It will stops all your background activity. Next, if you further go down to 20%, below 20%, it will call as ultra power saving mode. In this power saving mode, you can only operate for call purpose only. Rest of the things will be shut off. So this type of algorithm will be done with the help of this power management controller unit in the battery specified program. Next, wherever there is a battery related equipment, you can also search for different types of alternative. Like for battery, one more system is there, ultra capacitor. Difference between ultra capacitor and battery is their energy density. At the starting of the battery, you will get less amount of energy. But if you use ultra capacitor instead of battery, you will get more energy at the time. Here you can see at the right side in the battery, that blue color water, it's showing very less amount of density, but here ultra capacitor, it shows very large amount. This is the capacity between these two. Battery gives a small amount of energy as a starting, but ultra capacitor gives large amount of power at the particular time. If you relate this example in your day-to-day activities, if you take a lift while traveling from ground floor to first floor, if it is taking 10 seconds of time with the help of battery, with the help of ultra capacitor, it will take nearly 5 seconds. Because of this, its power transfer capability. It is not using in lifts, but I'm just giving an example how it is related. So what does the battery composition is? They have electrodes and elements, but in the ultra capacitors, between these capacitors, some ports are there. Each and every port will act as a simple type of capacitor. So it will act as an electrolytic capacitor and which gives high amount of energy. So if we go for industry or organization, what you can implement in your organization. So first you need to observe what are the loads are there in your organization. In generally, lights are there. Next one is the motors. Next one is electronic equipment like your computers, laptops. Next one is your transformers, then your generator. So what are the things I have discussed over the past slides? I have discussed about the lights and electronic equipment. What about the motors, transformers, and generators? These are the terms related to the industry. For motors, these three motors, transformers, and generators, same. Like you need to go for their characteristics, their performance characteristics. If you have these, this is the general in which the loading and the efficiency will be there. The graph plotted between these two is here. If you just see the mark between the 30 to 60, it will have higher efficiency operating zone. This type of graphs can be obtained with the help of this given by your manufacturer. First, you need to you need to take this chart and analyze their efficiency. Where does its maximum efficiency occur? So between these two, you need to operate. How you are going to operate? With the help of this automation. You need to set all the parameters related to this and just you need to fill this equipment. Here, as the load increases, efficiency increases up to 50 to 60% loading. Then it starts dropping as its load is increased. So here 50 to 60% of loading, here you need to just operate. Next, here, now points to remember. First, maximum utilization of any equipment, you should know about its characteristics. Next, pay regular attention to maintenance. Whatever may the device related to industry, specific related to industrial loads, such as motor, transformers, and generators, you need to pay regular maintenance. Here, for home purpose, you need to pay regular maintenance for cleaning of tube lights and oiling of your fans. Next, cleanliness is utmost required in each and every organization related to your equipment. Next, general information. Whatever the devices or equipments you are using, you need to know about its losses. When does it occurs, why it occurs, and how you're going to rectify it. Like, if you go for a laptop, everyone is using laptop or PC, right? At the starting, if you take your laptop, it will run very fast. But over the period of time, like 2 or 3 years, its performance get reduced. So you need to know why this performance is reduced. So because of malwares or some other software installed in your laptop, which is not in use, because of this certain other parameters are there. Because of this, your performance of laptop get reduced. So general thinking and awareness you must require. Next one is the automation. If automation is there, proper amount of supply chain will be there, and losses will be almost reduced. Next, cost. Generally, whatever the things we are doing is nothing but to reduce the cost. So first one, let's say if the existing system is there, either in your home, house, or industry or organization. If existing system is there, then how does the cost vary? Similarly, if you're going for a new house or new organization or new establishment, so you can go for advanced system. So how does the cost vary? If the existing system is there, initially the cost will be low, but future the cost will be high. But this case will be vice versa for advanced system. Initially, the cost will be high, but in future, the cost will be low. Examples for existing system. Example, if you take laptop, if you have purchased your laptop, let's say 50,000 rupees with some specifications like 4 GB RAM, i9 processor, like that. But after over a period of time, if you want to increase its capacity, like 4 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, or 16 GB RAM, at that time your price will be very high. You need to pay 6,000 around from 4 GB RAM to 8 GB RAM. But at the starting, if you increase your budget 50,000, if you have 50,000 and you are purchasing your laptop 4 GB RAM, if you increase 2,000 more, you will get 8 GB RAM. So your price reduction will be 4,000. So because of this, initially will be low, in future will be high. Similarly, in advanced system, example, if you take solar PV system or automation system, just at the starting, the capital cost will be very high. But once it done, whatever the capital cost is there in your solar PV system, you will get back with 3 years of time. Suppose for your organization, yearly bill is, let's say, 5 lakh rupees with the help of conventional source like thermal. Suppose you have transferred all this activity with the help of renewable energy source like as solar. So its initial cost will be around, let's say, 10 lakhs rupees. But over a period of time, if you go for comparison purpose, then 10 lakhs will be recovered because energy will be free. This 10 lakhs will be recovered within your 3 years. After that 3 years, you will get free amount of electricity. Just you need to go for regular maintenance like cleaning of your solar cells and battery maintenance. So whatever the in conventional source like 5 lakhs rupees you are giving every year, that can be reduced. That will be negligible. It will just come down here in few thousand of rupees. So this is the great benefit if you go for existing system to advanced system with the smart equipments. So next term is the power quality. If you have gone for a smart system, then how does you measure its performance? So that performance is measured with the help of its power quality. So power quality is a term that is different to different people. For engineering people, it will come related to the equipment only, but for management people, it will be come from different aspects related to other project, related to working professionals or colleagues. Next, power quality is generally refers to quality of voltage supply. This is a term I am putting for electrical point of view. Third one, to a utility, it means supply of adequate and reliable power. Fourth, to a customer, it means adequate, uninterrupted power, which does not affect the life of equipments. That is the utmost important quality for the consumer, as well as to give support from the distribution services. Next, from the manufacturer point of view, it means the quality and tolerance of voltage and current parameters within the range. If the parameters are not within the range, then your equipments will get damaged. Like fuse will go on off, or your equipment's life will get degrade. Life, if you have traveled in train 5 years before, because Type C, when the Type C charger came now, before that, if you use the charger in your train, then if you see your mobile performance, you will observe that its performance get reduced. Either it won't charge or it will start hang. It only happens because of have low power quality. If you have used once effect it used, but it affects your mobile throughout its life. Next, importance of power quality. Power quality is significant because computer consumer pays for good quality of power. If power quality is poor, it breaches our trust. So to maintain our trust, we need to have a good power quality. Next, power quality damages consumer equipment and affects the equipment's life. Just I have given example related to your mobile while charging in the trains. Next, increase of system losses. Like if you have inverters in your house, if you are using inverters when power is shut down and then you are using emergency lights. Similarly, if you want to use fan at that time, you require inverters. If that inverter quality is not good, then the system will produce a huge noise that will irritate you. This happens because of its poor quality. So in order to avoid this type of humming noise in your devices, you need to have good quality of power. Next, bad power quality causes severe health hazards. Like if your power quality is good, then whatever the equipment you're using, like fans, AC, coolers, it will start giving noises. If you're listening noises for a large period of time, it will affect your eardrums. Because of this, and it won't be there is no chance of rectify it. Next one is poor voltage and high current with harmonic causes heating and losses. Like if your vibration is coming, then definitely AC, fridge, and your fans will get heated up. Because of this heat, the windings get burned. So there may be a chance that it increases your cost as well. Next one, the reliability of power supply. It affects due to relay operations, frequent faults. In our transmission system, to detect faults, we use faults with combination of circuit breakers. If suppose small operation will be there, then relay automatically operates and cut off the supply. This happens because of the poor power quality. The system doesn't have faults, but it automatically trips because of this power quality. So generally we don't require. We require a continuous amount of power. Whenever there's a fault only, then only it needs to be operated. Next, symptoms of power quality. First one is excessive reactive power. Second one is flickering of light. If you're using lights, power quality is not good, voltage is down, the amount of power what you're getting won't be there. So you can observe in the flickering of lights. Third one, computers get shut down. When you're doing your work very important and suddenly power quality goes down, the computer doesn't get supply and it automatically trips. Fourth one is overheating of wires, motors, and transformer. If proper sinusoidal supply is not there, then also it will affect the wires and windings of a transformer, which causes the overheating. Fifth one, process control devices. Automatic system, if you're using automatic system and if it doesn't have power quality, the process control devices act accordingly and your device, whatever the manufacturing devices is there, it will get damaged. Sixth one, overloaded generators. Power quality fails, then generators get overloaded and it affects the throughout the distribution sector. Seventh one is supply interruptions. Supply interruptions like we have given backup for our laptops or PC like under UPFC. So if the supply UPFC is not getting, so whatever the time duration you have, like 30 minutes backup, that will get reduced. Next one is malfunctioning of controller protected devices, that we already discussed. Next, quality issues related to electrical parameters are voltage sags, voltage swell, under voltage, over voltage, transient, and harmonics. Related to our electrical quantity, the last two topics are very most important. Based on this, all the researches are happening. Next, what does the power quality solution? First one is you need to use high efficient equipment. Like suppose in our home or offices, if power supply is not there, but you need to use AC. So in earlier days, we are getting a stabilizer. What does that stabilizer do? It maintains the constant voltage to operate AC. So it is a one type of equipment, high efficient equipment, which is useful for necessary for AC. Next one is automation. If pure automation and good power quality is there, then your product will be very good and you will get less amount of time. Third one is good measuring instruments. You must have good measuring instruments. Otherwise, you can't say that this power quality, what you're getting is correct or wrong. Next one is real-time monitoring system. Like suppose you have using a battery and they have given a charge sheet and in which they have said that it can operate for regular 10 hours daily. But while in actual practical scenario, it doesn't give 10 hours backup supply. It's just giving 7 to 8 hours. And you just went and go for complaint. It will say, sir, it is giving 10 hours, but you are saying 7 hours. I can't justify it because the company has given. So at that time, you must have real-time monitoring system to future take action. Next, benefits of power quality monitoring ensures power system reliability, helps in preventive and predictive maintenance, determine the need of mitigation equipment, reduction of energy expenses, and risk avoidance. Next is identifies the sensitive equipment, enables us to install power conditioning system whenever necessary. Power quality is there, then you will have reliable power. You don't need to worry about much. Your device life will get increased. You will have proper control of your equipment and devices. And it leads energy conservation and it helps in cost benefit. Next, smart system. Why we need go for a smart system and why we are going to implement. First, I am a technical person, so I enjoy the things. So it made me to go for a smart system or to build new type of system. That is related to technical person. What about the other person? How they are motivated for smart system? The only thing is that money. If money is involved, then some interest will generate it. Based on this, some will go for a smart system. Next, irresponsible or forceful. Here, irresponsible means suppose you are working in an organization, let's say morning 9 to evening 5. So let's say 3-story buildings are there and 200 lights are there. So 100 employees are working. All those 100 employees are coming at morning 9 and leaving organization at 5. But they have no responsibility over switch off the lights, fan, or AC. They have assigned one particular person. Like if you are responsible, then you can switch off the lights. But we have seen irresponsible behavior in the person. So to avoid this, we must go for a smart system. So they are the three things. First one is either the person has passion to implement the things. If the person is not technical and he wants, then then its motivation will be related to money itself. Next, third one is persons are working, but organization head has to solve the problems. At that time, it goes for a smart system. So there may be a story related to this. While walking, a traveler came across 3 stone cutters and asked each of them what they were doing. The first replied, I am making a living. The second kept on hammering and replied, I am doing the best job of stone cutting in the entire country. The third one stopped, looked up at the traveler with a visionary gleam in his eyes and said, I am building a cathedral. So based on these 3 responses, the traveler came to know about that whatever the work you are doing, it must have some emotions. Because of this, your life will get benefited. Here, the three things are: first one is the value, second one is the attitude, third one is your character. All these three are important to go for your energy conservation. For an individual, value is required, character is required, attitude is required. For an organization also, value plus mission plus attitude plus character of all the employees is required. Then what motivates you to go for a smart system? Next one is how to achieve it. The first one is personal benefits. Because of these personal benefits, it motivates us to go for the smart system. Personal benefits are profit, save money, and feeling proud. Like I am a technical person, so if I build new things, so I enjoy this thing. So it will make me proud that my product is used by some other person also. How to achieve is based on these three parameters, based on the different parameters. First one is attitude, value, benefits to employees in terms of bonus. Next one is the appreciation, training, passion, and others. If you are working in an organization, then all the blue circles, points related to that, it will be benefit. So here the main one is your value. If you increase the value of an employee, then all those things will come down automatically. Like your attitude will be changed. If he is a valuable person, then the managers will give appreciations to him in the terms of bonus. And based on its value, it helps his in passion. Next, conclusion. First, you need to use smart equipment. Wherever there is a possible, you need to go for smart equipment. Next one, you need to install high efficient devices whenever is possible. High efficient devices in the sense, when we go for a power generation system, generation to transmission to load, between these certain equipments are there. So if you're talking about the overall efficiency from generation to load, it depends upon all the parameters like generation, transmission, converters, and load. So if you're using all high efficient equipments, then your power consumption will be less, your cost will be reduced, and the life of that device will be high. Like here, if you're using mobiles, that generally it will go for 3 to 4 years. More than that, we can't use mobile. It will get some problem. But whatever that equipments installed in the mobile, if it is a replaceable, let's say if it is a replaceable or whatever the devices inside mobile, if it is a replaceable, if you replace that items with the high efficient device, the performance or life will get increased. So for this, you need to go for regular maintenance of your devices, fans, tube lights, machines, and you must have clean environment. Why clean environment required? If your house in morning, if you woke up and you find everywhere dusty, your mood gets off. If your morning mood gets off, the entire day will be like that only. So you must have clean environment to swing your moods. You will have good mood, and people will say good morning. You will say smiling with good morning. But if your day starts with a bad, it will goes on in the same. But related to equipment, clean environment means like some of the devices, like your laptops, if you have observed in your organization, it must be used where there is a cool environment is there. Like you need to have AC. You can't use laptop in out space where they say sunlight is always coming. If it is coming and directly to your devices, it will get heated up, and life of that equipment will get decreased. Next one is the automation. Automation precisely related to your devices. If your automation is there, you will get clean product. There will be no waste. and reliable will be there. Next one is the training program for each and every employee for an organization. Training employee like regular awareness how to operate the devices. Training program also includes value-based, character developing, attitude, all those things that motivates or lifts his skills to give his 100% to each and every activity, whatever he do. This activity is also important for an organization to achieve their goals. Last one is the awareness. If people doesn't know, if in my slides I have presented smart lights and a smart fan. If people doesn't know that this type of equipment is also there, then they won't go for smart system. So people must have awareness regarding all the activities, high efficient equipments, whatever the present over the scenario, and how it can be implemented in your day-to-day activities or in your system. So awareness is most required. So last but not least, the value. What are the teachings I have done? The most important factor is the value. If you value yourself, you can achieve anything. Like you can increase the profitability of an organization. If your value is increased, whatever the work you are doing, you will go do wholeheartedly and it will get 100% and you will get appreciation as well. So whatever the things is there, I request you to go and work from my side, and thanks for giving me this opportunity. So if you have any queries related to this, you're free to ask the questions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shashikant. It was wonderful to hear you that how we can do the conservation, how we can save the energy. As we can see our futures, we are having so much shortage and climatic changes are also conflicting us.
Yes,
there are few questions, if you allow me to ask.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Yeah. Firstly, what is the situation of energy conservation in India?
Okay. Just read out all the questions, then based on this, I will give the answers.
Okay. The first question is, what is the situation of energy conservation in India? The next question is, how we can save energy in India. As the scenario, you can see that there are hardly villages or the hometowns where we can do the supply of energy. And the last question is, what is the main energy problem in India?
Okay. So whatever they discussed over here, it depends upon the region to region. Like if you're situated in a metro stations, metro cities like Bangalore, Mumbai, Hyderabad, on those regions, the power conservation is very much good. But if you go for villages area, on that particular aspects, the power is not good. So if you visit here, if I'm talking about villages, how it can be improved. So here it is implemented like in villages, some panchayat is there, right? In panchayats, they will select one proper area from everyone will get have a meeting. So what they are doing is they are installing a light, solar based light. It serves for two purposes. One is for solar based light, flood light will be there, that single light will be there, and it will gives light to whole village nearby whatever the houses are there. Second one is that that is the first. Second one, it draws power and gives supply to the motor so that it can pump to their fields, irrigation purpose. So it varies from sector to sector or from region to region. For higher metro cities, all the smart equipments are there. and we can implement over there with the help of smart lights and fan. Whereas in villages, you need to go for renewable energy based system such as solar. Next, energy conservation in India. So if you talk about whole, we have achieved nearly 35 to 40% till now. Rest, the electricity eradication is going on. Why this efficiency, why this percentage is less means because there are certain villages and cities that is not connected to through our central grid. If it is connected to central grid, then proper supply will be there, proper supply chain is there. Throughout the India, we have total 5 national grids, but all are not connected. Reason is some, if you go for Kashmir region, like where mountains are there we can't go from down to up to supply electricity from down to up. Certain constraints or factors are there that there we can't use. Similarly, second scenario is if you go for cold regions like Darjeeling, Shimla, where the practical problems are that water are always hard, like it is in form of ice. So if they need to use water, first they need to heat up that ice, convert into a water, then they will go for other purpose, right? The conversion problem is there, water to ice, ice to water, then you need to go for purpose. So here they are using conventional methods like heating from gas or woods. So if you have proper installation, like solar water heaters are there, so that conversion and energy saving will be there, much more reduced. Because why we are going for renewable means, first one is the cost. First, initial cost will be less, but later you will get good amount. If you go for gas or burning of woods, you will use it, but it will have certain disadvantages, like it will create pollutants. Pollution will be there. So if you're using from past 20 years, then you can imagine how much amount of pollution is over there in our atmosphere. But if you just replace it with the help of new technology or events, then in our future generation, the energy will be good. So anything left, ma'am? Like any questions? Second question, what was there?
So the problems of energy conservation in India.
Problems, it depends upon the organization. If a particular organization is there, then I will ask that person to please elaborate its question. General scenario, I will tell about the general scenario.
Yes.
First one is the irregularity of supply. Like if you go for major cities, if you're in major cities, continuity of supply is there, right? Continuity of supply is there. But if you go for villages, continuity of supply won't be there. That is the first one. Second one is in cities, if all person are using water heaters, the electricity won't affect. The quality is well good. But if you go for village area and if there is a series connection, what happens in village area is, if suppose first house building uses water heater, second house building also uses water heater, third house building, it can't use water heater because the amount of power what they are getting, that was used by the first two. The third one don't get. So this is nothing but your power quality issues. First one is the regularity and proper management. Later on, harmonics. The important topic is harmonics. Harmonics is generated in our system because of our electronic component. Electronic component generally use DC source. That electronic component have certain converters, like photonic converters from DC to AC. That converters is nothing but your switch. If you're using switches frequently, it will generate harmonics to the grid. Because of this, it will affect the power quality supply. To remove this, you need to have high efficient, where you have multiple amounts of devices you need to connect, and that consumes very short amount of power. Because what happens when you switch on any equipments from no load to full load, like if I give you certain examples, like when you're using sometimes tube light, if you switch on the tube light, certain spark you observe at the type of switch. So because of this spark, it will boost, and it will implement a fraction impulse response will be for a fraction of seconds. Because of those transient, the other equipments get damaged because of this harmonics. So this is the general problem what we face from electrical engineers from day-to-day activities. From industry point of view, it is very much different. And if the person is from which background, if I came to know, then I will definitely tell the related problems. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Next question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for these answers. There were only few questions which was being answered from you.
Okay.
Now I would request audience, please switch on your camera for the screenshot. So can you stop sharing your PPT?
Yes, ma'am. I hope this is beneficial to you all. So yes, I thank this group. So if you have any suggestions, just please give.
Thank you once again, sir, for your wonderful session and for wonderful knowledge, which everyone should be aware of in coming future.
Yes, ma'am.
Audience, you are requested to fill that feedback form. It is already given in the chat box. I, Sakshi Narayan, host of the day, signing for now. Please fill the chat feedback form from the chat box.